When I opened my first school almost 40 years ago, I was young, inexperienced, and brand new in business. I slept on a mattress on the floor, and I drove a car that broke down weekly. But because of the way my wonderful parents raised me, giving back was already part of how we did business in that very first school. Paul Mitchell and John Paul DeJoria had a similar story to tell when they started John Paul Mitchell Systems. They were barely paying their bills on time, but as soon as they got a little ahead, they made it a priority to help others who were less fortunate. When we launched our first official fundraising campaign, I had high hopes, but I never could have imagined that we'd raise millions of dollars and touch so many lives. The pandemic put a few roadblocks in our way, but we stayed strong and we didn't miss a beat. In 2020, we raised over $852,000 in just 5 weeks, and last year, we raised $1.3 million. Today, people still need our help now more than ever. Now, because we're starting to feel normal again, we can move around freely and focus on helping each other. More, because more people need assistance than ever before, and more nonprofits are finding it hard to meet those needs. And ever, because we know that people will always need assistance and we will always be here to help. That's why today is so important to me, because I get to launch our 2022 fundraising campaign with a powerful new generation of future professionals. Hi everyone, Win Claybaugh here, and welcome to our 19th annual fundraising campaign. In the past 18 years, future professionals and team members just like you have raised over $23 million for worthwhile causes. This year, we're asking you to make a difference for people you may never meet by helping us reach our goal of $1.5 million.
I'm just one person.
What can I do?
I am just one person.
I'm just one person.
What can I do?
You might be thinking, who, me? How can I make an impact like that? I'm just one person. But you're not just one person, you're part of our nationwide family made up of thousands of people, and our combined efforts will be incredible. Our fundraising campaign is a chance to send a strong message of hope to a world that really needs it. Maybe you have a veteran in your family history or a current friend or family member serving in the armed forces. Maybe you know a sick child who is saved by a children's hospital. Maybe the thought of human trafficking, hungry and thirsty children, neglected animals, or exhausted caregivers breaks your heart and keeps you awake at night, wondering, what can I do? Well, guess what? We've chosen 10 organizations that need our support, and I can't think of anything more hopeful than joining forces with some friends to make a difference for causes we care about. You're part of our legacy, and it's your turn to add your name to the list of heroes who've gone before you. As Helen Keller brilliantly said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. I've always believed that hope is born from participating in hopeful solutions. In other words, if you're feeling hopeless, it's time to do something hopeful. Over the years, our donations to the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation have provided educational opportunities for countless cosmetology students and cosmetology-related programs that educate and serve the wonderful people who join this industry. Additional donations through the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation have provided $2.3 million for cancer-related charities such as Fran Drescher's Cancer Schmancer, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, City of Hope, Bright Pink, and the American Cancer Society. We've raised over $1.2 million to help Lisa's Care Connection provide skills and support to caregivers, and we've given more than $775,000 to support animal health and rescue through Best Friends Animal Society, American Humane Association, and Morris Animal Foundation, whose President Emeritus, Betty White, co-hosted our fundraising galas multiple times. Our efforts have literally put roofs over people's heads. Partnering with the late Vidal Sassoon, we provided $350,000 to help Habitat for Humanity provide homes for people in need, and over $1 million to help the Gary Sinise Foundation support our veterans, first responders, and wounded heroes. In the fight against sex trafficking and slavery, we provided $648,000 to the Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking, plus additional funds to several organizations working tirelessly to help trafficking victims in Cambodia, India, and Honduras. Because of our passion for helping children, we've raised over $1.5 million to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals, co-founded by Marie Osmond. Over $1 million for No Limits for deaf children and families, $150,000 for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and more than $1.2 million and 30 million meals for orphan children through one of John Paul DeJoria's favorite organizations, Food for Africa. Our $630,000 contribution has helped to provide safe, clean water for hundreds of thousands of people for the rest of their lives through Thirst Project, introduced to us by Vidal's daughter, Eden Sassoon. In addition to raising money for our national charities, many Palm Mitchell schools include local charities in their fundraising campaigns. Over the years, we've raised over $870,000 for local animal rescue shelters, mental health organizations, clubs for boys and girls, shelters for victims of domestic violence, and many other causes that our future professionals and school leaders are passionate about. Now, more than ever, it's time to join this incredible legacy and make a difference for this year's supported organizations. Founded to honor a successful Palm Mitchell School graduate whose struggle against mental illness ended tragically in suicide, the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation helps cosmetology students, graduates, and cosmetology-related enterprises.
This year, I would like to support the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation because as a future professional myself, I would like to have access to such support to help me on my future cosmetology journey.
Through this year's donations to the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation, we'll support 9 other national organizations. The Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking, CAST, provides 24/7 emergency care to help victims escape traffickers, heal from trauma, and rebuild their lives with newfound freedom. Many people don't realize that victims are too often arrested for crimes that traffickers force them to commit. CAST is putting an end to this inhumane practice, and we're here to support them in this important work.
This year, I'm choosing to support CAS because I want to be the one to help out people who go through trauma because of sex trafficking, human trafficking, whether it's migrating or whether it's by force, whatever it is, I would just want to help.
Can you imagine being a parent and learning that your child needs care for an illness or disease that only a children's hospital can provide? How scared would you feel for your child, especially if you don't have the ability to pay?
This year, I support Children's Miracle Network hospitals because as a mom of 2, I want to see these children get the support and love and care that they deserve and need.
That's why we support Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, a nonprofit organization that raises funds for 170 children's hospitals in the United States and Canada and treats 10 million kids every year. Home is where we take comfort from the world. For our severely wounded heroes, however, life at home can be a constant battle. Without features designed for their unique needs, even the smallest chores can become insurmountable challenges. With our support, the Gary Sinise Foundation builds specially adapted smart homes for these heroes to reclaim their independence. Built from the ground up with their individual needs in mind, these homes alleviate stress on the entire family. Established under the philanthropic direction of award-winning actor and humanitarian Gary Sinise, who has been an advocate for our nation's defenders for 40 years, the Gary Sinise Foundation honors our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need.
This year, I'm choosing to support the Gary Sinise Foundation because I'm a veteran myself, and the benefits that come from that charity really helped steer me towards this school. I had trouble adjusting when I got out of the military, and that organization really helped me get back on my feet.
Caregivers are the husbands and wives, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, family and friends who take care of their loved ones after a diagnosis of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or other illnesses or disease. Sadly, their selfless actions can come at a high cost. Caregivers are often depressed, stressed, depleted, and burned out, often leading to stress-related disorders that can take up to 10 years off their lives.
This year, I choose Lisa's Care Connection because caring for family members like my father who had both legs amputated is difficult to do alone.
Founded by TV personality Lisa Gibbons after her mother's diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, Lisa's Care Connection understands that being a caregiver can be both a burden and a blessing. "50 years ago, in 1973, about 13.5 million animals were killed in America's animal shelters. Today, that number is down to 920,000. It's still too high, but our support for Best Friends Animal Society will help them reach their goal of ending the killing of dogs and cats in America's shelters by the year 2025.
I'm choosing to support Best Friends because I'm a proud owner of 6 dogs myself, and they're the only thing that will love you more than you love yourself.
I'm a big dog lover, and if I could help every dog in the world, I would. And by doing this and supporting this organization is going to help a lot.
Every day, 33 babies are born with a permanent hearing loss. Over 75% of deaf children in California graduate from high school functionally literate, unable to read and write higher than a 3rd grade level. In educational centers, No Limits teaches underserved deaf children and their families the skills to succeed in school and in life.
We want the children to know that there is no limit. They say the sky is the limit, and that's what we want them to believe. You can do anything. There's nothing that's not attainable. If you can think it, you can dream it, you can do it.
As a result, this comprehensive program, children who are deaf or hard of hearing are learning essential skills that will allow them to not only attend, but to graduate from college. Founded to build freshwater wells in developing countries that need safe, clean drinking water, Thirst Project and its partner organization, Legacy Youth Leadership, are working to end the global water crises and to build a socially conscious and active generation of young people. Did you know that suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death for young Americans ages 10 to 23? 10 million young people ages 12 to 20 abuse alcohol, and 90% of that is consumed through binge drinking. 6.3 million young people aged 3 to 17 years old suffer from anxiety or depression. But did you also know that 90% of young people who participate in extracurricular programs are less likely to commit suicide? Young people who volunteer are 50% less likely to abuse drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes, and students who volunteer at least 10 hours per week are much less likely to feel depressed than those who don't. Through our support, Thirst Project and Legacy Youth Leadership are impacting the lives of hundreds of thousands of young people every day and ushering in the next generation of young leaders. After traveling to Africa and seeing the plight of an entire generation of children left orphaned and poverty-stricken by the HIV/AIDS epidemic, John Paul and Eloise DeJoria became active patrons of Food for Africa.
This year I'm choosing to support Food for Africa because I feel that it is my responsibility to help stop world hunger and save children from starving.
Supplying at least 1 vitamin and mineral-enriched meal each day to the children of Southern Africa, where the HIV/AIDS epidemic has left more than 11 million children orphaned. United Negro College Fund was founded in 1944 to help more African American students attend and graduate from college. Believing that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, The United Negro College Fund has raised more than $5 billion and helped more than 500,000 students not just attend college, but thrive, graduate, and become leaders.
This year I'm choosing to support UNCF because everyone deserves an equal opportunity to receive a higher education.
With our support, UNCF will award more than 10,000 scholarships worth more than $100 million each year, provide financial support to historically Black colleges and universities, serve as the nation's leading advocate for the importance of minority education and community engagement, and bring affordable college education to all American students. Now that you've met our 2022 supported organizations, let's talk about how we'll reach our $1.5 million goal. One way is through our First 100 contest. The first 100 future professionals, team members, educators, and alumni who individually raise $3,000 for the fundraising campaign will attend our fundraising gala at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California. Thousands of stars have walked the red carpet and received their Golden Globe and Grammy Awards at this beautiful venue, and on Monday evening, October 24th, we'll welcome our First 100 contest winners to join us for the Monday night gala and days of hands-on education on Tuesday with 4 amazing educators. This once-in-a-lifetime lineup includes barbering and men's grooming expert, NAHA 2022 Educator of the Year, John Mosley. You'll also learn from celebrity makeup artists Yvonne McInnes and Elijah Stewart, who founded the Creative Makeup Company, and Paul Mitchell Master Associate Pamela Peretti, a 30-year industry veteran who started her career by working alongside Paul Mitchell himself. Qualifying for First 100 is an amazing opportunity to give back, make a difference, and learn from the best while attending the gala in Beverly Hills. But don't just take my word for it, watch this.
My name is Madison Yeager. I attend the Temple of Paul Mitchell Partner School, and I'm one of the First 100 contest winners. I wanted to help with the success of the charities that we were donating towards. And number 2, I saw it as a great opportunity to seek education in Beverly Hills. When I first found out about the First 100 contest, I figured everybody would kind of jump in and jump on that boat, and I thought spots would fill up super fast, which they did, so it was really exciting when I found out that I was chosen as one of the First 100 contest winners. The greatest takeaway that I had from this experience was, 1, it felt good helping other people, and number 2, I got to learn from it. The other First 100 winner from our school is one of my best friends, so we had a blast in Hollywood. I did get to meet Miss America at the gala, so that was a pretty cool opportunity as well. Thank you so much for all of our donators that made this journey possible. We really appreciate it.
While this popular contest is a valuable part of our fundraising campaign, and we're grateful to everyone who takes on the challenge of raising $3,000, remember that most of the money we raise will come from thousands of small donations that quickly add up. In fact, over the years, our average donation has consistently been about $10. Whether you raise a lot or a little, we all have a chance to make a difference just by showing up. Every time you sell cookies, wash a car, participate in a barber battle or fashion show, dress up your dog to strut down a runway, or ask someone for a $10 donation, you will make a difference. Please stand up. Now please sit down. See, people do what you ask them to do. You just have to ask. And by asking, you're actually doing them a favor because you're giving them a chance to give back, make a difference, and feel better about themselves. Bottom line, you just have to ask people. And by the way, what we're asking you to do has been done before. One year, we actually raised $2.5 million. A recent study of giving showed that despite the various challenges in the world, charitable giving increased in 2021, and 67% of giving came from individual donors. In other words, people may have less this year, but they continue to give. And many are only waiting to be asked. Now, more than ever, our world needs your passion, creativity, courage, and love. Your school leaders have put together an exciting plan for our 2022 campaign, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish. thank you in advance for what I know will be another amazing year of fundraising. Let's get this party started.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever.